The continent of Pywell. A land soaked in blood by the battles of those who seek peace and those who seek to shatter it. Here begins the saga of the Grey Names.
There are beings who brought chaos to Providence. The rifts they have created will return everything to nothingness. We seek to correct this.
I have my own mission, seeking out my Grey Mane comrades.
What I can tell you now is that this mission will restore the disrupted Providence.
For those who have died, for those who have survived, and for those who will live on. This is our mission.
Crimson Desert, developed by Pearl Abyss, drops players into the war-torn land of Pywell, a vast open world blending gritty medieval realism with touches of high fantasy. You play as Macduff, a mercenary leader struggling for survival and purpose, navigating a map that stretches from bustling towns and windswept plains to snow-choked mountains and desert fortresses. Every region feels alive, with NPCs going about their work, animals roaming, and dynamic events unfolding whether you're there to witness them or not. Combat is brutal and physical, built for both one-on-one duels and chaotic battles against multiple foes, with mechanics like grappling, mounted combat, and even aerial takedowns. Exploration is seamless. You can climb castle walls, scale cliffs, or ride across fields without loading screens, discovering side quests, puzzles, and dungeons tucked into the landscape. Weather and time of day change the mood of each location, altering both visuals and encounters. It's a single-player experience at its core, but the engine supports optional multiplayer features without breaking immersion. With its detailed environments, dynamic combat, and open-world freedom, Crimson Desert aims to deliver a living, breathing medieval sandbox when it releases in Q1 2026 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X&S. Light No Fire, developed by Hello Games, aims to push the boundaries of open-world exploration by creating an Earth-sized fantasy planet that can be fully traversed without loading screens. Every mountain, forest, desert, and ocean exists in a single continuous space with no artificial borders to limit your journey. Built from the lessons learned on No Man's Sky, this world is dense with handcrafted landmarks, hidden settlements, and environmental storytelling, encouraging both solo adventures and cooperative cooperative expeditions. Traversal is as open-ended as the terrain. You can climb sheer cliffs, glide over valleys, sail across vast seas, or fly over continents to uncover new regions. Biomes vary dramatically, from snowy tundras to tropical archipelagos, each with their own wildlife, resources, and hazards that influence survival. The world is persistent and reactive, with weather systems, day-night cycles, and seasonal changes that can alter routes and opportunities. The game blends exploration with light survival mechanics, crafting, and combat against both creatures and environmental dangers, but its focus is on giving players the freedom to set their own goals. Light No Fire is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, promising one of the largest and most seamless open worlds ever attempted in a game.
着是颤一宙，中命瓦夫格，十万横魔界。 春秋气醉我，但愿情是爱，谁家妻儿说？
Where Winds Meet, developed by Everstone Studio, is an ambitious open-world action RPG set during the twilight of China's 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period. The game drops you into a turbulent era of warlords, shifting alliances, and mysterious legends, giving you full freedom to decide whether to follow the path of a wandering swordsman, a political influencer, or something entirely your own. The world is vast and richly detailed, rolling grasslands, ancient temples, bustling port cities, and mist-shrouded mountains, each seamlessly explorable on foot, horseback, or by using agile parkour movement across rooftops and cliff faces. Combat is fast, fluid, and cinematic, drawing heavily from wuxia martial arts with acrobatic swordplay, deflects, and supernatural abilities that can turn duels into dazzling displays of skill. Outside of battle, you can take on side roles such as a healer, merchant, or even an architect, shaping how settlements grow and interact with you. Dynamic weather and seasonal changes influence the landscape, NPC routines, and available quests, making the world feel truly alive. Where Winds Meet is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S with no confirmed release date, and aims to blend open-world freedom with the elegance and mystique of Chinese martial arts cinema. Star Wars Eclipse, developed by Quantic Dream in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, takes the galaxy far, far away into a new era, the High Republic, set hundreds of years before the Skywalker saga. While known for branching narratives, Quantic Dream is aiming to blend its cinematic storytelling with a more open-world structure than past titles, giving players freedom to explore bustling trade hubs, dangerous frontier worlds, and ancient Jedi temples. Each location is richly detailed, from neon-soaked urban skylines to sprawling desert canyons and lush alien jungles, with side activities and discoveries woven into the environment. You'll take control of multiple playable characters, a Jedi, a smuggler, and others whose paths intersect in a web of political intrigue, moral dilemmas, and looming war. Choices made in one region can ripple into events across the galaxy, affecting alliances, faction control, and even which planets remain safe to visit. While combat details remain closely guarded, the open-world design suggests a mix of narrative missions, freeform exploration, and optional challenges scattered across multiple star systems. Star Wars Eclipse is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with no confirmed release date, but promises to merge Quantic Dream's emotional depth with the scale and freedom of a galaxy-spanning adventure.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason. I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have.
Grand Theft Auto 6, developed by Rockstar Games, takes us to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and the wider state of Leonida, a sprawling open world inspired by Florida's diverse landscapes. From sunlit beaches and dense urban streets to the swampy Everglade-like grass rivers, the tropical Leonida Keys, and the vast Mount Calaga National Park, every area is designed for free exploration and detail-rich immersion. You'll switch between two protagonists, Lucia Camino Munoz and Jason Duvawi, whose Bonnie and Clyde partnership drives a story of heists, survival, and chaos. This isn't just a backdrop, it's a living, reactive world, with NPCs following believable daily routines, traffic behaving dynamically, and interiors and neighborhoods expanding through post-launch updates. Traversal is as varied as the scenery, whether you're racing through city traffic, trekking into rural hideouts, or gliding over water to reach a secluded island. Missions take full advantage of the map's scale, shifting from waterfront robberies to deep forest chases, blending narrative and open-world freedom in a way that aims to redefine the series. Grand Theft Auto 6 launches May 26, 2026 for PS5 and Xbox Series S&S.
Salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
The Witcher 4, developed by CD Projekt Red on Unreal Engine 5, marks the beginning of a new Witcher saga with a fully reimagined open world. Moving beyond the continent as we know it, the game is rumored to feature a vast new region, untamed wilderness, war-torn provinces, and sprawling cities steeped in fresh political intrigue. While story details are under wraps, CDPR has confirmed the return of the School of the Lynx, hinting at a new protagonist and perspective on Witcher life. The world is designed to feel alive and responsive. Villages grow or fall based on your actions, NPCs follow complex daily cycles, and environmental changes from storms to snowstorms directly impact traversal and combat. Exploration is fully non-linear. You can follow monster contracts deep into haunted forests, uncover ancient ruins that reveal new crafting techniques, or simply wander to discover emergent encounters shaped by the game's dynamic AI. Combat builds on The Witcher 3's foundation with faster melee flow, enhanced monsters' behaviors that demand preparation and adaptability. With Unreal Engine 5's detail and lighting tech, every cobblestone street, fog-covered marsh, and windswept mountain feels tangible. The Witcher 4 is in active development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with no confirmed release date.
Do you think I care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? that could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
Outer Worlds 2, developed by Obsidian Entertainment, expands the satirical sci-fi universe into a new star system, giving players an even larger and more diverse open world, or rather, open worlds to explore. This time, you'll chart your own path across alien planets, each with its own ecosystems, settlements, and corporate-dominated cultures, connected by space travel. The humor and sharp writing that defined the first game remain, but the scale is much bigger, with more open regions, dynamic encounters, and emergent side stories waiting off the beaten path. Every environment, from neon-lit spaceports to harsh alien wilderness, encourages exploration with layered vertical design, hidden loot, and multiple quest approaches, whether through diplomacy, stealth, or sheer firepower. Combat blends customizable firearms, melee weapons, and special abilities, while companions return with expanded AI, deeper personal quests, and skills that affect exploration and survival. Visual variety is a highlight, with planets shifting from toxic swamps to frozen mountain colonies, each impacted by time of day lighting and weather. True to Obsidian's RPG roots, your choices ripple across the world, changing how factions and characters treat you long after a quest ends. The Outer Worlds 2 is set to launch for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, bringing its signature mix of satire and open-ended adventuring to a grander, galaxy-spanning stage.
My answer is, maybe they will visit us. But time has not come yet for this. The dawn of a new era.
Atomic Heart 2, developed by Munfish, expands the twisted Soviet-inspired universe into a true open-world playground of science gone wrong. Set several years after the first game, the sequel shifts from isolated research facilities to a sprawling, interconnected landscape spanning decaying industrial zones, abandoned cities, dense forests, and experimental sites hidden deep underground. Players once again step into the role of a battle-hardened operative, armed with both conventional firearms and a wide arsenal of experimental weapons, alongside the iconic polymer glove that grants telekinetic, elemental, and hacking abilities. Exploration is far more freeform this time, with emergent encounters, hidden laboratories, and environmental puzzles scattered throughout the map. The open world is alive with danger. Mechanized patrols roam highways, mutant wildlife lurks in the woods, and massive roaming bosses can ambush you at any time. Crafting and upgrading are integrated into exploration, encouraging scavenging for rare components in high-risk areas. Weather and day-night cycles change enemy behavior and visibility, adding tactical depth to planning your routes. Atomic Heart 2 is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a planned release in 2026, aiming to blend surreal world building, brutal combat, and the unpredictability of a living sandbox.
A terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over. All that I know from their Earth are the creatures they sent along with us. And here on Arat, every day is a fight to survive. But if anyone can tame this new world, we can.
Ark 2, developed by Studio Wildcard, evolves the dinosaur survival experience into a massive, fully open prehistoric world that blends primitive technology with futuristic remnants. Set on an alien planet where nature and strange tech collide, the map offers lush jungles, volcanic highlands, river valleys, and mysterious ruins, all explorable without boundaries. You play as Santiago, portrayed by Vin Diesel, leading a small band of survivors in a hostile environment where every resource matters. Survival is at the heart of exploration. You'll hunt, gather, and craft to endure the world's shifting weather, dangerous wildlife, and roaming rival tribes. Dinosaurs remain the star attraction, with improved AI, herd behaviors, and taming systems that allow for mounted combat, fast travel, or heavy hauling. Traversal is fluid, whether you're climbing cliffs, swimming through reef-filled waters, or riding across open plains on a tamed beast. Combat has been rebuilt with a Souls-like melee system, emphasizing dodges, time strikes, and stamina management, while ranged weapons and traps give strategic options for larger threats. The open world changes over time with dynamic events like migrations, natural disasters, and emergent enemy raids. Ark 2 is set to launch for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, aiming to deliver a next-gen survival sandbox on an epic scale.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats. God only knows what the Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
don't care how high his walls are or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
Dying Light the Beast, developed by Techland, takes the parkour-driven zombie survival formula into an entirely new open-world setting, the Alpine Valley of Castor Woods. This rugged region mixes dense forests, mountain towns, and swampy lowlands, each offering distinct traversal challenges and hiding plenty of secrets. You once again move seamlessly between day and night, but this time as Kyle Crane, transformed by experimental infection into something more than human, giving you both brutal melee strength and heightened agility. The open world feels more dynamic than ever. Infected prowl in greater numbers at night, survivors roam on supply runs, and weather can shift the mood and difficulty of exploration. Parkour remains fluid, with expanded climbing, wall running, and grappling moves, now complemented by customizable off-road vehicles for high-speed travel across roads, trails, and fields. Side quests, random events, and hidden areas keep exploration rewarding, whether you're scavenging for crafting materials in abandoned resorts or stalking rare infected in the forests. Co-op supports up to 4 players, letting friends join in to share loot and story progression, turning the world into a shared playground of chaos and survival. Dying Light the Beast launches on August 22, 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with PS4 and Xbox One versions arriving after release.
You are no longer a Vault Hunter. You may have had free will out there in the myriad galaxies. But here, on Kairos, you serve the use I have for you.
Our minds fly free, beyond his control. Now, it's your turn.
I will return to the Timekeeper's side. May we rule forever.
Heard you were rounding up some Vault Hunters. Reporting for duty, boss.
Borderlands 4 from Gearbox Software takes its trademark loot shooter chaos into a fully realized open world, expanding beyond the segmented zones of past games into a seamless, interconnected planet, or planets, ripe for exploration. The story throws players into another round of anarchication treasure hunting, facing off against bizarre factions, alien wildlife, and over-the-top villains in a world where every corner drips with the series' cel-shaded comic book style. This time, travel is more fluid, with larger hub cities, sprawling wilderness, and diverse biomes that range from desert wastelands to neon-drenched urban sprawls, all packed with side quests, hidden bosses, and dynamic events that can erupt without warning. Co-op remains the heart of the experience, letting you and up to 3 friends tackle missions, scour hidden vaults, or simply cause mayhem in the open world together. Weapon variety is as wild as ever. Millions of procedurally generated guns, each with unique behaviors, from homing projectiles to guns that transform into turrets or drones. Vehicles also play a bigger role, with customizable rides for faster traversal and mounted weapons for chaotic drive-by combat. With its irreverent humor, explosive firefights, and a richer, more interconnected world to explore, Borderlands 4 is set to release on September 12th, 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
The Blood of Dawnwalker, developed by Rebel Wolves, immerses players in a gothic 14th century kingdom called Vale Sangora, a sprawling open world steeped in political intrigue, plague-stricken villages, and ancient vampiric power struggles. The map blends jagged mountain ranges, mist-covered forests, and candlelit cities, each designed with verticality and interconnected routes that reward careful exploration. You play as a morally complex protagonist, navigating fragile alliances between human factions and the immortal elite, with quests that shift depending on your choices and loyalties. The world feels alive. Merchants close shop at dusk, guards patrol differently at night, and rumors in taverns can lead to hidden locations or dangerous ambushes. Combat mixes brutal melee weaponry with supernatural abilities fueled by your cursed blood, while traversal includes climbing, swimming, and mounted travel to cross vast distances. Side activities like hunting, political negotiation, and uncovering relics are woven naturally into exploration, encouraging you to lose yourself in the setting beyond the main quest. The Blood of Dawnwalker is planned for release in 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, promising a dark fantasy sandbox built to match the narrative depth of The Witcher 3.
Who are you? I thought we killed your whole family.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord Saito.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
I'm sorry it came to this, little wolf.
To Rainu. Why do you always call me that?
It means one
who is easily lost in the hunt.
Ghost of Yotei, developed by Sucker Punch Productions, transports players to 1603 Hokkaido, Japan, with an open world that blends sweeping natural beauty and haunting folklore. You take on the role of Atsu, a ronin navigating political turmoil and supernatural threats around the imposing Mount Yotei. The map is crafted with the same attention to detail that made Ghost of Tsushima iconic, offering snowy peaks, dense cedar forests, fishing villages along icy shores, and hidden shrines deep in the wilderness. Exploration is entirely player-driven. Paths branch into scenic detours, secret duels, and side stories rooted in local legends. Combat remains cinematic and precise, with katana duels, parries, and archery enhanced by Atsu's new abilities and the aid of a loyal wolf companion, who can track enemies or hunt alongside you. Dynamic weather and seasonal shifts alter visibility, travel, and stealth opportunities, while NPCs react to your choices and reputation. Optional challenges like onsen hot spring finds, haiku spots, and mythic quest lines return, encouraging slower, more meditative exploration between intense battles. With its mix of grounded history and eerie supernatural elements, Ghost of Yotei invites players to lose themselves in its living, breathing island when it releases exclusively for PS5 on October 2nd, 2025.
Everything was taken from us. So many lost. So much effort in vain. All we had built, gone. Faded away. But beyond the destruction, frightened and alone, we found each other. Now, together, we're discovering new horizons. Every foundation laid, every spark ignited, every connection made builds something new. Our journey led us to these stars, and from the fragments of the past, we will forge a better, brighter tomorrow.
Spacecraft, developed by Nebula Forge Studios, is a vast open-world space exploration and survival game where you command your own starship and carve out a life in a procedurally generated galaxy. Unlike many space sims that keep you locked to your cockpit, Spacecraft lets you freely disembark on planets, moons, and orbital stations, exploring their surfaces on foot or in ground vehicles. Each world is handcrafted with unique biomes, icy tundras, alien jungles, volcanic wastelands, and populated with both wildlife and intelligent species that may help or hinder your journey. The game offers deep customization of your ship, from hull design to weapon loadouts, as well as crew management, resource gathering, and crafting to keep your vessel operational in the far reaches of space. Space combat is tactical and high stakes, with damage affecting your systems in real time, forcing you to adapt mid-battle. On land, exploration rewards curiosity with hidden ruins, rare resources, and side stories that flesh out the galaxy's lore. The entire experience can be played solo or with friends in seamless co-op, supporting shared missions, trade, and large-scale battles. Spacecraft is set for release in late 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, aiming to deliver a truly borderless sci-fi sandbox.
はるか昔この国に
輪廻の獣が現れた。輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕んだ。西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
Beast of Reincarnation, developed by Game Freak, takes players to a post-apocalyptic Japan where nature has reclaimed the ruins of civilization and supernatural forces stalk the land. You step into the role of Emma, a warrior bonded with her loyal dog companion Ku, on a quest to cleanse a world overrun by twisted beasts born from corrupted souls. The open world is rich with contrasts: overgrown cityscapes crumbling under moss and vines, tranquil rural fields dotted with shrines, and shadowed forests hiding ancient yokai. Exploration is central to survival. You'll track mythical creatures across varied biomes, gather rare resources for crafting, and uncover remnants of the old world that reveal the cause of its downfall. Combat combines fast-paced melee, ranged attacks, and magical abilities drawn from the plants and spirits you encounter, with Ku playing an active role by distracting enemies, sniffing out secrets, or delivering attacks of his own. Dynamic weather and shifting daylight affect both creature behavior and your tactics, while side quests and hidden paths reward those who wander off the main trail. With its blend of folklore, survival, and companionship, Beast of Reincarnation aims to deliver an emotional and atmospheric open-world adventure when it launches in 2026 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X&S.
Every voyage begins with a plan. A vision etched on parchment, foretelling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer what others fear. Death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail, we fight, we endure, for the voyage is life, and life is the voyage.
Ahoy, developed by Redbeard Interactive, is an open-world pirate adventure that swaps fantasy tropics for a gritty, historically inspired seafaring experience. Set across a massive chain of procedurally enhanced islands and realistic ocean systems, the game gives you complete freedom to live the life of a captain. Whether that means hunting treasure, raiding trade routes, or forging alliances with rival crews, you can freely sail your ship across vast, dynamic seas where wind direction, storms, and ocean currents directly affect your speed and navigation. On land, bustling port towns offer trading opportunities, black market deals, and shady informants who can lead you to hidden coves and lost relics. Combat is both naval and on foot. Ship battles emphasize positioning, ammunition management, and boarding maneuvers, while land skirmishes let you duel with sabers, fire muskets, or use stealth to infiltrate guarded compounds. The open world reacts to your actions. Sink enough ships and a bounty will be placed on your head, drawing elite hunters to your trail. Help certain factions and new trade routes or island outposts may open to you. Every expedition feels like its own story, shaped by weather, crew morale, and the ever-changing political landscape of the seas. Ahoy is in development for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a release expected in 2026.
Got a name?
Mako. Daito.
Daito. A Jap then, huh?
Don't I look like one?
You're not? So, what are you then?
Sana. 俺が知りてえや。
Stranger Than Heaven, developed by Blackbird Interactive, blends surreal fantasy with grounded exploration in an open world shaped by dream logic. You awaken in a shifting realm where physics bends, landscapes morph, and towering celestial structures loom in the distance, each explorable without loading screens. The world is divided into vast biomes, from floating archipelagos connected by fragile bridges of light to endless desert plains where time moves differently. Traversal is entirely player-driven, with climbing, gliding, swimming, and even reality-warping portals that can instantly change your surroundings. Encounters range from grounded survival against hostile factions to mind-bending puzzles that alter the terrain itself. Choices ripple across the dreamscape, changing which areas are accessible and how NPCs perceive you, blending narrative depth with sandbox freedom. Combat allows for both traditional weaponry and bizarre dream-forged powers, encouraging creative playstyles that fit the world's unpredictable nature. Hidden side stories, collectibles, and environmental clues hint at the truth of how you arrived here, and whether escaping is even possible. Stranger Than Heaven is planned for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a release window in 2026, aiming to deliver one of the most visually and conceptually unique open worlds to date. Fable, developed by Playground Games, reimagines the beloved fantasy RPG with a fully open Albion built for modern exploration. This isn't just a return to the series' whimsical charm, it's a complete reworking of the world's scale, depth, and interactivity. From bustling medieval towns and enchanted forests to sprawling farmlands and dangerous swamps, every location is designed to react to your choices, whether you play as a virtuous hero or a morally dubious rogue. Exploration is seamless, letting you wander into hidden glades filled with fairies, stumble upon bandit ambushes on winding roads, or discover dungeons tucked beneath ancient ruins. The world breathes with life. NPCs follow believable routines, wildlife behaves naturally, and even the weather can influence how certain creatures and plants appear. Combat blends fast-paced melee, ranged weapons, and magic, with skill trees allowing for creative hybrid builds. Fable's signature humor and satire return, woven into dialogue, quest design, and environmental storytelling, ensuring the tone remains lighthearted without losing its sense of adventure. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, Albion is rendered with stunning realism while maintaining its fairy tale personality. Fable is coming to PC and Xbox Series X and S with no set release date and aims to deliver a vibrant open world brimming with player-driven possibilities.
사랑이라 만들어 모든 걸 사랑이라 불러 난 그냥 그 자리에서 있었을 뿐인데 사실 우리는 아무것도 아닌 걸 그게 전부였어 All in your head 난 그 밤을 기억해 춤을 추던 너의 뒷모습이 떠올라
Ananta, developed by an independent studio with a strong anime-inspired aesthetic, is an urban, open-world action RPG set in a sprawling, futuristic city infused with cyber fantasy elements. You play as an operative of the Anti-Chaos Directorate, navigating a vertical playground of towering skyscrapers, neon-lit streets, and mysterious districts hidden behind corporate facades. The city is built for fluid movement. Wall running, grappling, and rooftop gliding let you traverse the environment with speed and style, while underground tunnels and back alleys hide black market vendors, side quests, and lore-rich secrets. Combat blends melee and ranged weaponry with supernatural abilities, allowing for flashy combos and tactical crowd control in open plazas or tight urban choke points. NPCs follow distinct daily cycles, making each district feel alive, from bustling commercial hubs during the day to shadowy gang-controlled zones at night. The open world encourages experimentation, offering multiple ways to approach missions, whether through stealth, direct confrontation, or leveraging your environment in creative ways. With its vibrant art style, kinetic traversal, and layered city design, Ananta is expected to release in late 2025 or early 2026 for PC and PS5, aiming to merge anime spectacle with true open-world freedom. Breathedge 2, developed by Red Ruin Softworks, expands the quirky, darkly comedic space survival of the first game into a much larger, fully open galaxy. You once again play as the sarcastic and reluctant hero, this time not just stranded in a wreck, but commanding your own ship as you navigate asteroid fields, derelict stations, and bizarre alien worlds. The game embraces its free-form design, letting you chart your own course through dangerous sectors filled with hazards, from radiation storms to hostile drones. Planets and moons can be explored on foot or with modular vehicles you build and upgrade yourself, scavenging resources to survive and craft absurd yet functional gear. The open world structure encourages exploration and experimentation, whether uncovering hidden storylines buried in abandoned research labs, salvaging rare ship parts from deep space wrecks, or stumbling upon the developers' signature absurd Easter eggs. The humor remains razor sharp, skewering sci-fi tropes while still delivering tense survival mechanics that reward careful planning. Breathedge 2 is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with its release planned for 2026, promising a mix of sandbox freedom, survival depth, and laugh-out-loud absurdity.